Cast Network.
What's up, people? We are back in the building. Atlantic Carcast is here. Season 5, episode 27. I go by the name of Mr. a representative and a proprietor, proprietor and owner and CEO of Skips Hosting and More. For all your hosting needs, if you need that, holla at me. You know, I'm booked and busy, so holla at me and I can get you in on my calendar for all your hosting needs. To this side of me is always the purple one, the beautiful one, Miss TJ, aka www.tjx.com, also at atlanticastnetwork.com for your all things, everything needs, everything on deck. Above her, Mr. Skip of Skip's Trophies and More, and he's also a co-proprietor of Skip's Hosting and More.
Proprietor.
And he's also a part proprietor of Skip's Judging and More for all your trophy needs, judging needs, hosting needs, everything needs, Mr. Skip. And our new panelist, new co-host, Miss Qwueen Kong, representing for show. Yeah, get your t-shirt orders in all day. I wanted to put a website down there so they can get. I'm sure she's gonna get that on there later.
Look, I didn't even get rid of this bag because I just had to show it again.
That bag, right? You can make pillows with that. Make the little pillows.
On there.
That's tight work.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Dayhawk.
As long as you can be Dayhawk.
Right. Yeah. Dayhawk with the T. aka CEO of Built to Inspire Tour Service. People, we back here. We made it 2 weeks in a row. We on the roll. How's it been? Starting with Miss TJ, take it away.
Man,
hit the table corner.
You see how they do me? I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be here. The week has gone by very fast. I can't believe it's Thursday already.
Don't play that on me. No, don't me. Don't play that on me. Don't play that on me. Did you hear that?
I heard
it. No, don't do that. No, please don't do that on me.
I'm done. That's all I got. That's it.
We listen.
No, don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Oh.
I'm done.
Why would you do that?
It's silly. Why are you so silly?
Okay. All right, Mr. Skip, representative of Florida. How are you doing? How's the family? Give us an update.
Man, listen, this whole storm situation, man, for these last 5 days has been terrifying to me. I have family that was in the direct eye of the storm. My brother was living in Tampa, exactly where it was supposed to hit the hardest. Got him out of there. My wife's sisters and her mother and father, all of her siblings, family is in Sarasota. It was supposed to be hit. We got a direct hit also. But we got them to higher ground in Sarasota. They couldn't afford to get out. So we did get them to higher ground and more stable. And to give y'all an example of how hard it hit, Tropicana Field where the Florida Marlins play, where the Tampa Rays play, it tore a roof off the building. Raymond James Stadium, the football stadium where the Bucks play, it flooded it. They said it looks like an ocean inside of it. So, yeah, it didn't do the devastation that I think was expected, but I didn't hear anything about a whole bunch of thousands, hundred thousands of deaths. So it's a blessing, man, that number one, none of all my family is safe and everybody that made it out is safe. Real quick story. My father-in-law recently bought a house maybe a year and a half ago, brand new house. They had a big ass tree in the backyard and it sits on the corner of their bedroom. It fell, but it fell away from the house.
Thank
on
God.
railroad tracks. There was houses beside it, behind it, and it fell between all of them away from everybody. So those are all blessings, man. And, thank God that, everybody's safe. So, yeah.
That's right. I was talking to Skip on the phone. He was like, the last thing we talked about, and the last thing he said was, hopefully it hit land, and it really, God willing, it really don't do nothing. Fair enough.
And I was ready to get on the road too. I was just scared, man. It's terrifying to know that. Being from Florida, we always ride hurricanes out. And the last time we heard that statement was when Katrina devastated New Orleans. People there are used to riding stuff out too, but they kept saying, get out, get out, get out. This is more terrible than something in the last 100 years. So that's when I started getting fearful for my family. So I was thinking of ways to get there and try to, if I had to drive them out and take them back. But, God's blessings came through. So I'm thankful for that.
Yep. Qwueen Kong, South Carolina.
What's up?
Give us an update.
South Carolina, well, the part that I'm in is back to normal in the country. A little bit of cool weather. That's about it. I mean, the upper part of South Carolina, like Spartanburg, Greenville, some of them are still without power from the last hurricane.
Right?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So they're still without power, but that's to be expected as we saw the damage, coming in from North Carolina and stuff. So just, hoping for the best for everybody. So
yeah.
What's up? All right, morning, Hawk. How's the roads been?
Night, day to morning. Good Lord.
Well, next. Right. Well, actually, I've been working the storm in Asheville with the first responders, like bringing water and stuff to the grocery store. So
that's what's up.
I got a chance to see it hands on, like still right to today. It's still bad. Power lines are down, trees are down. Like they still waiting on water. It's really bad than what the news are saying that it is. So,
see,
I've heard rumors of truck drivers like not seeing loads being supported to some of these areas. Is that true? Have you heard that?
It's a safety reason because some like where we're going now back and forth up there, it's still power lines and certain streets, when you come with a big trailer, you can't turn down them streets. So it's very like limited where you can go. But from what I'm seeing, like the grocery store, this Red Cross out there, like helping unload the trucks when it's really shocking. Like when I pulled up at the store the other day, it's like people out there clapping with signs and everything saying thank you for getting like the stuff there and everything. So
wow.
That's a blessing. That's good. That's great, man. One of my questions was, since I hadn't seen none of that devastation except for what I see on the news, the National Guard, I think, is being deployed to the wrong places.
Yeah.
Because for what you're saying, they need to be helping getting these trees out of the road, and that way the power guys can get in there and move the power lines, and none of that's happening in those areas, huh?
It's slowly. It's just so much. Like they still, some places the water still got to go down. So.
Oh, wow.
Well, DeSantis ain't playing. He's got millions and millions on deck and trucks and all type of equipment that have been ready right on the outside of Florida's area. So I don't know what he's doing that's different than these other states, but he's been Johnny on the spot from what I hear. So yeah.
I could say my family has been without power since last night. I want to say around 8 or 9, and they still don't have it today. But they were able to go to stores and Publix. Some of the stores open for 5 or 6 hours, so they could sell the stuff and get the necessities. But I know the biggest areas, the hardest hit areas need to be taken care of first. But I just don't, like I was saying about the National Guard, I don't think they're putting them in the right places. I think it's a show of force versus, okay, these are the hardest hit. Let's put the majority of them there first,
right?
Versus worrying about the area where he lives or the hardy-tardy area, so to speak. Not saying that that's what's happening, but I know they got a direct hit, and they ain't said nothing about no emergency or evacuation personnel or nothing out there.
Wow. So, and then in update on the BioLab fire. I don't know if you heard. You haven't really heard much from the actual company BioLab. But lawsuits have been filed. So the people of Rockdale County definitely need to get active on this and get what's coming to you. And then they also had the director of the soil and water pass away. He was I don't know if you heard this, he was at the Capitol, giving a speech about the incident that happened in our city, and passed out and then died.
Collapsed and died.
Yeah, and nobody's talking about it in Conyers. Like that didn't.
I read it somewhere. I saw it, but it was one of those things to where. Okay, I mean, did they say it was a heart attack? Did they say it was a result of him going out there where the biolab was, or
they haven't said?
Oh wow!
He was only 62 years old, so he wasn't very old. It's interesting. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. It was almost like a whoopsie.
Well,
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we got a good one for you tonight, folks. So stay tuned. We got some special guests on deck, and we got a nice little topic for y'all later on. The topic of today, when we get to it later, is going to be: are there unwritten rules in this game that we're a part of? In the car game, in the car club game, in the car show game, what are the unwritten rules? So if you got unwritten rules, put them in the chat, and we can talk about them. Put them in the chat. Also, there's a $sign that if you guys want to donate to the platform, I haven't seen anybody donate to the platform in a while. Not begging like TikTok, but I'm just saying you can hit the $sign if you want to and donate. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing on the Atlanta Cast Network. I'm gonna toss it to Miss TJ so she can introduce our first illustrious guest.
Our first guest tonight is someone who is near and dear to my heart. I was introduced to her maybe about 2 years ago through another female car enthusiast. And she said, you got to just meet Miss Cool Kid. She's got all this stuff going on in Cobb County, and you just got to meet her. You got to meet her. So we met, and I think that she's been my soul sister from another mister ever since. She is the executive director and CEO of the Cool Kid Committee Incorporated nonprofit. She has a lot of things she's doing in Cobb County. Listen, if you're in Cobb County and you need some help, she's the one to call. She is the most plugged in, juiced up civilian in all of Cobb County. Let's give it up for my good friend Dolores from Mrs. Well, we call her Mrs. Cool Kid, so we just gonna call her Miss Cool Kid.
That's right.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm
Did we
good.
say she was
How
from
are you?
Chicago? Did we
She
tell
is
her
from
she's from
Chicago.
Chi-Town?
Yep.
So what part of Chicago are you from?
96 in LaSalle. I grew up in Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Boom. She took over the house.
So I'm an everywhere child, and then I've been here forever. So really, I'm a peach now, I guess.
There it is.
But you really represent Chicago to the fullest. Every time I see you, you have your boobs on.
Yeah.
Most definitely. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm excited about Thrills and Chills, as you know.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the many things you have going on. We talk about your event all the time because it has been one of the best trunk or treat events we've ever been to. So we want to tell everybody who can listen, this is the one you don't want to miss. There's a lot of stuff going on that weekend. I think I've seen probably 10, 12 events going on the 26th, but this is the one. This is the one that you absolutely do not want to miss. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay, so as you said, it's the one you don't want to miss. If you want to show up and show out and decorate and really enjoy Halloween, this is the one to come to. Far as like the times, the theme is chills and thrills. So the whole thing is Michael Jackson Thriller, of course, you know. I thought that would be a good throwback to be able to do it and taking over the park, coming in after dark, making the excitement of the whole event to be like a really big outdoor haunted house with cars included. I think that hasn't been done before, not on that level, and to be able to have as much field space as we have, it can't be nothing but great. So we want music, entertainment, trophies, the mechanical bull ride, face painting, vendors, and amazing cars, and the car clubs that actually want to participate, dress up, and really be a part of the event and have fun as an adult and kids, because we're all kids at heart, right? So that's the day to bring it out.
That's right. So some more details. The event is October 26th. However, setup times, if you have a large setup, can start on October 25th at 4 p.m. Or October 20. Did I say that right? October 25th. Yes. October 26th setup time begins at 9 a.m. and everything must be in place by 5 p.m. Participant requirements: all props and setups must be secure to prevent accidents. Lighting is required around each area for visibility. Team must be fully set up by 5 p.m. on October 26th. No late entries allowed. Vehicles involved in the event must have Halloween-themed decorations. Cleanup is mandatory. Participants are responsible for cleaning their areas after the event. There are movement restrictions, so no cars or vendors will be allowed to move out of the area until the event concludes. The sign-up deadline was October 1st via email at d.powell@ckcincorporated.org. Participants must be on the list to gain entry. Is it too late?
No, it's not too late.
Okay.
We got space for a couple more clubs.
The theme is thriller. Car clubs must provide at least 15 bags of candy and dress for the theme. Are you still accepting vendors?
We are.
Okay, so vendors for Chills and Thrills trunk or treat. The vendor fee is $100 plus candy to distribute to participants visiting your vendor station. Payments is accepted by Zelle or Cash App. All fees must be received ASAP. Vendor setup. Vendors must be on site to set up and ready by 4 p.m., no later than 5 p.m., and vendors are responsible for cleaning up their area after the event. So, Atlanta CarCast will be in the building. About That Life will be in the building, and we're calling on all of our car club friends. We know that there are a whole lot of other events going on that day, but this is the one. This is the one that you really want to be at. Skip and I attended the first one 2 years ago, and how many people would you say were there, Skip? 600, 700, 800 people?
The entries. It was the biggest gathering of cars that wasn't a car show that I've ever attended.
Damn.
It was about the cars for the children more so than trophies or awards or anything else. There were awards given out, but it wasn't about that. It was about the community coming together. I was blown away. The mayor was there. The mayor, myself, and Miss TJ were out dancing and giving awards. And was it the mayor or was it the?
It was all kind of people. City council.
City council, mayor-elect, chiefs of police. Everybody comes out and represent. This year, of course, the police they ain't got so hyped about the trunk or treat. Now they're battling. They got their squad cars. Like, no, we're gonna have the best squad cars. No, forget that.
Oh wow.
We got Officer Watts in the chat saying you must be there. So what up? Shout out, Officer Watts. We see you.
Yeah, they like we ain't dressing in uniform. We dressing up. We setting up our cars. They trying to battle each other. So this has become a real fun competition, friendly, but fun event for kids, and they get excited when they see that. You know, anytime you can get officers out of their uniform and in a costume to show you they just like us, they like to have fun, they're people too, they're relatable too, is always an amazing thing. And you're not gonna see that at a lot of events because my cops, they loosen up their top collar and really enjoy themselves.
Now, Officer Garcia had a nice setup in his car last year.
Oh yeah, SOs is coming out. You know, that's what they do. So Cobb, Hill and them talking trash. They talking about it.
I know he better come with it. I'm gonna rag him all night. But real quick.
Hill's gonna be directed traffic, unfortunately.
He better be in uniform. He better be in some kind of costume. Or
he better be in a Michael Jackson jacket, directing traffic.
You know him and Watts is not having that. So
Watts, come on now. Y'all gotta have y'all Michael Jackson, at least the glove glove on, directing traffic with the glove. Come on.
Right, we gonna tell Watts and Hills. Watts, since you on here, you gotta at least have a glove on to represent Mike or something.
That's right.
Okay, so real quick, we know that our resident car club guru to my right, over there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there with his people. We understand now that SOs and the sheriffs and all those guys are gonna go against each other. How many car clubs do you know that are gonna be there? Just a guesstimate.
I don't even know because ATL Street Mob, you know, Peter is rolls with us deep, and he did a video last night or the night before, and he's got about, I think he said a total of 5 car clubs that want to come out.
Okay, cool.
And
So
that's
this is
still
what,
in counting.
gotcha. So this is what I'm gonna do. From Skip's Trophies and More and Atlanta Carcast, I'm gonna build a 6-foot trophy, Halloween themed trophy. And we're gonna, us three, Miss Queen Carcast probably won't be here because she is out of state, but Miss TJ, Mark, and myself will go around and look at these car clubs and setups, and we will, whenever you deem it necessary, we will present that trophy to what we deem the best car club participation aspect of it, setup, participation, everything. So let them all know that there's an award for them to get out there and get involved with the kids. The kids must be involved with it. I don't care if they spend $1 million on it. If it ain't a bunch of kids surrounding it, then they don't have a chance of winning. That's just the way it is.
So yours is like the biggest car club, because I know Peter.
Not the biggest. The best one
that's interacting. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Because I know what he gonna bring. He doing it every year for the last 5 years. His club, they build on the back of their cars. It's just amazing. But let them all know that there is an award for the best participating car club in your event involving children. And Atlanta Carcast is going to do that.
I'm excited.
All right.
I'm super excited. I don't know what I'm gonna be this year, but I'm super excited, and I appreciate the opportunity for you guys always showing love for cool kids and what we do in our community, and how we support our youth. And it's not just our community. You know, wherever I'm called, I'm gonna show up. So especially if it retains to youth. So if it's in Atlanta or whatever, I'm there. If someone needs me to come speak to their kids, or I just need to show up for support, if you drop me an invite, cool kids will definitely be there. That's just how we roll. My officers roll with me too. So you always got my right superhero, Deputy Watts, and then my superhero, Officer Hill. And it don't matter. They come in uniform, out of uniform. They're totally about their community. They're totally about keeping youth out of trouble. I mean, it's other cops that do the same things that they do, but they're truly committed because they know what it's like to come from that lifestyle.
Right.
Let me ask you this. So, I mean, trunk or treats are kind of a modern thing. It's not a new thing, but it's fairly new. You know, we've been trick or treating for years, going around the city. Typically, ever since COVID, it kind of trick or treating has kind of died down a little bit to me. So, why is it more important to go to an event like this with trunk or treat setting as opposed to actually going around on actual Halloween the traditional way?
The traditional way has changed a lot, right? So you got neighborhoods that do trick or treat in different days and subdivision. You used to be able to go to all the big boy subdivision and get your candy, but sometimes they change that because they really try to cater it to the kids in their neighborhood. To come to an event like this, of course, it's trusted, loving people that are you getting candy from. It's just not a whole bunch of random folks that you're dealing with. And then you have the excitement and the fun family atmosphere around it. So it's fun for everyone versus, you know, the dangers of kids. That's why there's no vehicles allowed to move once we're in place, because the danger of kids being excited about candy, scared of costumes, they're ripping and running, not paying attention. And in this environment, they're safe. You know, we don't have to worry about a car hitting them when they're inside the venue. Now, if you take them across the street, you better hold their hand. But inside the venue where they can have fun and relax and really enjoy being a kid and enjoy the scavenger hunt of candy and also being scared at the same time.
Yeah, and it's pretty constant. Like, I mean, nowadays, if you go on Halloween, you're gonna get so many duds, or you knocking on doors and nobody's answering. And the whole philosophy of if the porch light ain't on, you know, a lot of people just keep their porch lights on. So you're knocking at people's doors and they ain't answering. It's all the way through fun, nonstop. And I think they probably get more candy at one of our events than they would if they actually went out and trick or treat.
But I think that's the great thing about trunk or treats. Last year, for example, we did the Atlanta Carcast and myself. We had to attend like 10 different trunk or treats. Some days we did 2. I know we left Best Buy and went straight to Sam's to help out with Cool Kids and about that life. And then we went to I went to another one later on that night. So with all of these car clubs from these different parts of town doing these trunk or treats in their areas is getting the kids, like you said, the safety aspect of getting candy from cars they want to see, hanging out, looking at the cars, and then going home, versus going in a neighborhood where you have the unknowns at. So yeah, I love it. I love the fact that the car clubs are getting involved and the community is accepting of it, of the trunk or treat. So yeah.
Really excited. So that's where we are. And Tia, can I give them a little advertisement?
I was gonna ask you about if you wanted to talk about anything else.
Yeah, let me give you guys, so I'm all about different and putting a twist on everything. And me and my partner in crime, her brand is DL Brooklyn. We are opening the Austell Market Suite. We're changing the marketplace around a little bit. You're used to your Ponce Market, your city markets, and we're doing it indoors, and we're allowing them to have a suite. So they have a real brick and mortar business of their own. This is new to the city. This is something me and my partner totally walking on faith and doing. Everything just finalized as far as construction today. So we'll be able to move in this weekend. And I'm super excited about giving minorities or small business of any nationality a true opportunity to be an entrepreneur and also to be able to make money in selling whatever they're trying to sell, whatever they're trying to do with their entrepreneurship. It's a complete circle for Cool Kids. We're not only servicing our youth, but we're also servicing our adults now. So
that is amazing. So if you have a business and you want to be inside of the market, how do they contact you?
I give you, they can do d.pal at CKC for tonight, but I'll shoot you all of this stuff. But it's all still Market Suites, and we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram now. We have an email address, and I can just shoot that to you as soon as I get off. And you guys are wondering what food vendors. If you have your license and you have food and you want to come serve during lunch hour, because we have the police training academy downstairs, the police department upstairs, the train center, the mayor's office, and all these businesses, I would give you an opportunity to serve plates. You will sell out. You give me your menu. I pass it out first thing in the morning. Let them know, hey, they'll be here at 12 o'clock. And then you can get your number of meals that's going to really be sold. Opportunities.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's really awesome. That is awesome.
So we're looking for a little bit of everything: massage therapists, clothing design, thrift shops, just what the market is made of. So just a little bit of this and that. So yeah.
How many spaces do you have available?
Right now, for the first half of our suite, we have 28 spaces.
Oh, you hear that, y'all? 28 spaces. That is awesome. That's a lot.
And then we have the opportunity to do pop-ups. So the square footage of the market, the first half that we're starting to open, is a total of 9,000 square feet. So we have enough space to do whatever we want. In the center of it at night, we're going to do wind downs to be able to get the people that have businesses to be able to network with other folks. We'll have a poetry night. We'll have a shop and talk night, just the nights where people can really come through the market and do other things than shop.
Wow. I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. And I just want to say it publicly that you are amazing and you deserve everything. Don't hate, Skip. Don't hate.
I appreciate it all. Shout out to DL Brooklyn. Yeah.
That's right.
What's up? So what's next for Cool Kids? Where do you see Cool Kids? Not this year. This year's pretty much done. We got the election. So at the end of next year, where do you see Cool Kids and into the future?
I see Cool Kids in other states. My ultimate goal is to package cool kids and sell it to the schools as a program for at-risk youth. And some of my board members just flying out, doing the training, giving them the package deal, the journals that we've created, the worksheets, the mentor guidelines, and having it everywhere as a program that other cities and schools and youth can depend on. That's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to take cool kids to the next level, far as being able to have on-site coordinators to issue and present the program to youth.
Wow.
All right.
I love it. I love it. And the government has enough money to do it. Let's do it. Package it up.
Let's do it. Package it up.
You better hurry up before
on the run.
They ain't got no money.
Hey, you know, they got money. They got plenty of money for gang and bullying programs. The only issue is schools admitting to the problem that they truly have.
That's what
Yeah. So once they admit to the problem that they truly have and they allow the program to come in, then that's when the money comes in. But you know me, it doesn't even matter. I reach in my pocket all the time. I got a bad habit of that. I don't wait on anyone, especially when it comes to servicing my youth. Everything I do is inspired by youth that touched me when they were in the program. Just giving them the resources and the opportunity to continue to grow. Like my older youth that first started out in the program, they like to make clothes and this and that. And it's like, Miss Cool Kid, you know, you should do a pop-up shop or you should do this. And I'm just like, I keep that in the back of my mind. But I'll tell you what motivated me the most to do the market is I went to Marietta Market with some of my girls from the Blue Diamonds, and I made jewelry and shirts, and they wanted to sell their waist beads because you know that's the thing for youth is waist beads and all that stuff. And they denied me. And I said, "Is it because why? But I'm gonna pay the dues, so why would you deny? You know, I see all these other folks out there on the square." And I got really angry at that. And that was like 4 years ago. And I looked at my Blue Diamonds. I said, that's okay. I'm going to open my own damn market. And they was like, Miss Cool Kid, are you serious? I said, one day I'm going to open my own damn market and I'll show her. And here we are. I have my market. And the girls start crying. They said, Miss Cool Kid, you did that. I said, I did. And you know what? I'm going to be respectful about it, but I'm going to let her know, hey, you know, we have a market too now in Austell if you're interested to come by.
But you know why.
Yeah, I know why. But you know, at the end of the day, that's what we do.
Where you live too now.
Hey, that's why I'm making change. That's why I got to make change. If I can make change here, then it will be easier.
You can do it anywhere. Yeah, boy, they all start out there.
I was about to slightly derail the conversation and ask you, how difficult is it to help these kids with stuff like bullying and the way kids interact with social media? Is it like bullying now is on a whole nother level with cyberbullying? Like, how do you really approach all of this stuff these days with it being so complex and difficult?
Well, what I'll tell you is this. The schools that's real about the issues, I have a list of kids, unfortunately. They give them to me. They're like, here you go. It's 30 girls I need you to deal with and talk to. If you can get them off my hands, it will be great. And they pass them to me. And Deputy Watts, we have a large group of girls. We go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to the school. We get up at 5 a.m. to be at the school like 6:30 to get our girls to talk to them before they day start. So it's not like I got to fight for kids when the principals and superintendents are really being proactive on helping our youth. And unfortunately, right now, it's like our 7th graders. That means they were like in elementary when COVID was going on. COVID did something to that group. And they are off the chain completely. Like they have no respect for authorities, no respect for elders, no respect for each other. And they don't do well with communication, like face-to-face communication. Everything got to be a text or a tweet or, you know, Instagram. So when me and Deputy Watts sit down and really get with these girls and talk to them, we find out a lot of issues come from home. Like we get them first thing in the morning as soon as they get off the school bus. So they already have an attitude. But when they leave from our mentoring in the morning, they are in a different behavior state. And the principal was like, I have noticed them girls, because she gave me the rowdy of the rowdiest for us to work with. But they change soon as they go out. You still got one that kind of, you got to pull her collar every now and again because she do this every time she talks. And she about showing out. But I told her, I said, you can't fight. And she's like, why you say that, Miss Cool Kid? I said, because you talk too much. You don't fight. Do not.
See, kids don't see those signs. They don't see those signs now. They look at, the TV and the internet and the TikToks and everything on there is how it's supposed to be. And in reality, it's nothing like that. Right. And when you guys, when y'all sit down and talk with it, is it just girls right now that you guys?
We have girls and boys. Hill's getting ready to start with his boy group, but there's also another amazing team that deal with boys. One of them is from the sheriff's department, and they have gotten the boys, but the girls are off the chain this year. So the high demand is dealing with the girls. And when I tell you the girls are it this year, they really are it this year. I don't know what happened to our girls, but when I say they're feisty, they're disrespectful, they're loud, the boys just be looking at them in the hallway shaking their heads because they really are off the chain this year. So I didn't even get a recommendation because last year we had boys, mostly boys, but this year the principals are like, if you can take, and that's across the board, if you can just take these girls and do something with them. I don't know what's going on, but they are off their record. They think they can wear the bonnets. I mean, they just have the whole.
Wow.
Please don't get me started on the 10th on the bonnets.
Wow.
They just have the whole. Yeah. Wow. You got a lot of work to do with our girls.
See, that just goes to show how and who is raising them. Because I used to always say we got kids raising kids. Mm-hmm. And if you take a child at 5 and give them an iPad, a cell phone, or sit them in front of a TV, you're not raising them. No. You're teaching them what society wants them to learn. Everything is about what they think it is versus about reality. And that's where I think the disconnect is, where these kids come to school now and, I watched Godfather Harlem, so I'm the man now. I'm
gonna tell you something even crazier, Skip. These two girls got in a fight, right? And the police called the mothers to come pick them up because they were suspended, of course. And the moms get into school, and she was like, "Who hit you?" And they was like, "Y'all got to calm that down." So the police officer held one student and her mother back and let the other student and her mother leave. But the mama wanted to wait for the other mama. They don't know each other because her daughter got beat up and she messed her daughter's mouth up. So she wanted to deal with the mom. So when the police let the other mom go because they thought the coast was clear, so when she got outside, they started scrapping. She jumped on the other mom.
See,
and you want to know where is this coming from? And they young, but I'm like, you fighting.
So wait a minute.
Because your daughter got beat up.
Yeah, hold on. So
my another girl, her age.
Where do you think my daughter learned it from? Don't come over here with that. Back up.
Yeah.
Why would you?
My question is, if we can't fix the parents, can we really fix the kids?
That's the issue. And that's where that's the whole circle that we're doing, right? The loving me, if you've been following me, the loving me and teaching mom, Deputy Watts is right on board with it. It's trying to get the mothers and the fathers on board about, hey, we got to do better as parents.
But that mentality got to change, though.
Yeah, it's all emotions, right? That's the thing that I teach them is learning how to deal and control your emotions, because your emotions make you make the craziest decisions. If you can control your emotions, you'll change your demeanor of what you're doing in life for real. So that's what this Mark is getting ready to do for these mothers that are their kids are a part of our program. I mean, the workshops that we're getting ready to have for adults, credit recovery, financial literacy, just all of this stuff, loving you, dealing with menopause, peripause, understanding the real concept of sitting down, asking your kids, how was your day? What are you doing? And then also being able to ask your kids, where are you going for a party? I remember when I used to leave the house, I had to give a whole seminar. Who's there? They just let the kids go.
Certain part of town you couldn't go. I don't care who gonna be there. You can't go over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then, and then it was, if you don't leave by this time, you can't go.
You can't go.
If you're not back by this time, you can't go. Oh, and who you go? Oh, you can't go with them at all. Sorry.
Yeah, I know their mama. I heard that first time recently. Oh, I know their mama. You can't go to their house. What they got to do with the child? I'm like, oh, well, maybe our mama is like what you're just talking about.
yeah.
Those types that hold their children to a higher, standard than everybody else, and their kid can do no wrong. So I get it.
Yeah.
I think we can go down this rabbit hole all day long. And I do believe that COVID has changed this world. I think we discovered that we can teach kids virtually. And I think that was one of the worst decisions we could have ever made.
Well, it was the only decision at the time. So we can't say that that was the worst one because we couldn't put them back in school.
So now they're using that and they're pushed, like even here in Conyers, like when the fire, they said, all right, virtual. Instead of extending it, like if I'm from up north. If we had a snow day, you had a snow day, but they pushed that year like a car payment. Let me get that. Yeah, let me get that. Let me get them back on the back end. Y'all gonna be up in there. Y'all playing in the snow. We don't even know. Just not a school year longer.
You're right. In the middle of June, you getting out of school.
Yeah. Virtual learning has disturbed a lot of kids' future, and we see them every day. Some of these kids are now in college that were virtual. What was that? That was 2020, right?
Yeah, my niece. We just dropped my niece off at Xavier earlier this year.
It's tough. These kids are struggling.
Year of high school as virtual. Well, sophomore year.
And nobody's talking about it. I'm sounding like Donald Trump. Nobody's talking about it. Anyway, so one more time for the people in the back, we got the Cool Kids event. Please support it. She's doing so much in the community. We can go on and on. I almost wish I lived in Cobb County, but we don't.
No, I think I'm good right here in good old DeKalb.
Watch out.
Yeah.
They don't play out there, you know it.
But what you got to do, Miss Cool Kids, you got to make sure when you expand this program, it goes from Cobb, and then you got to hit Rockdale first, and then you can maybe do DeKalb and Gwinnett.
He in Rockdale.
You got to hit Rockdale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Children's Thrills though at Legion Field, October 26th, starts at 7 p.m. If you're interested in participating with your car club, you need to be there before 5, and make sure you have enough candy. This is going to be one of the biggest trunk or treats in the city. So we don't want to run out of candy for the kids. Make sure you bring enough. If you need candy, you can hit up Mr. Tesla S. He's got candy that, what are you doing with the candy, sir?
Holla at me. Get in my inbox. If you're looking for candy, get in my inbox.
So yes, reach out.
Well, I need myself, so
he can help.
Like treats that I'm gonna have to attend, so I need to buy some.
And that's at 5514 Austell Powder Springs Road in Austell, Georgia. We will be there, so I look forward to seeing all of you guys coming, pull up and support. Right. Even if you don't want to bring your car and do the trunk or treat, just come bring your kids. Just come out and see. I think it's a great event. So thank you so much, Mrs. Cool Kid.
We'll
see you in a couple weeks.
All right, thanks a lot. Enjoy.
Remember, let all the other clubs know, especially the lowrider clubs, that there is going to be a huge award given out for most interaction with kids, including their display. Not the fact that they're giving out a lot of candy. It has to be all inclusive. Okay. Atlanta Car Care Award thing. Going to thing.
Miss Cool Kids representing the West Side.
West Side.
Antonio said he's gonna bring the twins. Boy, you better get the little leashes they have on the children.
Right. He's had them in the back.
Them little boys went. They explored the whole parking lot.
Really?
You gotta bring the boys out.
Right? They jumped in the puddle.
Yes. That's
best. The best. We got another guest backstage. This lady is also very near and dear to our hearts, Miss Bobby Minnick from Beyond the Ribbon Foundation.
She has a different plight. She works for all of the ribbons, the cancer, the leukemia, all the ribbons, and has events all year long. She's got a couple of events coming up that we want to talk about. So with no further ado, let's bring our good friend Bobby Minnick.
Hello.
Yeah, there was.
You sipping on Bobby? What's that?
Well, you know.
She got some Pinot Grigio.
Yes.
Oh.
Here's to y'all.
Look at you. Look at her.
Oh, look, see, to your nose.
I don't have any glass.
Okay. All right.
Well, you are the busiest working lady. She's one of the busiest working ladies in the car community, let me tell you. How many events are on your calendar annually?
I keep adding them, but I think this year we will have had 7 car shows.
This year.
Shows.
Yes, and my team's told me I got to cut that number down next year.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, wow.
They're so fun.
They are. And you have great venues. All your events are at amazing venues. Amazing venues. So what's coming up? I know we have hold on, I've got a couple flyers. We've got
on the 19th we're doing a cruise in, but that one's not up there. That's just a cruise in. So and then we have our Rods, Ribs, and Ribbons on October 26th. And that will be a trunk or treat too. And that's in the city of Sugar Hill. And that's a very nice venue. I'm excited about that. It's our second one with them.
Sugar Hill? Is that Harlem?
No.
Don't be silly.
I knew where you were going with that.
Right.
I ain't never heard of Sugar Hill.
They're in
That's Georgia,
rare
right?
form tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you to that lady's school.
Yeah,
that's right. Put you in line so you can be talked to.
You know what? Hey, they would have sent me. They would have signed me right up if I was in elementary. They would have signed me smooth up.
God bless her.
I believe it. I believe it. So tell us about the write-in on the 19th. I don't have that flyer, but tell us all about it.
That was just a cruise in. It's the City of Sugar Hills Sugar Rush Festival. So they just wanted to bring in a few cars, and I told them I'd advertise it and put it out there for them. Because I also have that morning, I'm doing our Penguinette Pink 5K. Which is a breast cancer walk that I started. I think this is our 9th year. So super excited about that. I think we had almost 1,400 participants.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Sugar Hill is in Gwinnett. It's in Gwinnett County. Okay.
Real quick.
Yes. I'm ready to spread out to some other counties.
Well, come on down south. What's that? We would be south of you, right?
Yes.
So come on down south. We want you down here. What I was about to say is you educated me.
Tell me where there is a place for me to go, and I will come.
That's right.
Why are you pointing
you
at
guys
me?
doing all right?
You know what? Come on. We have to go through you. But no, real quick. You educated me, us, and all of our viewers. One of the last couple of times you were here about the breast cancer ribbons. So for all of the people that are here now that did not hear, can you tell us, number one, how many different color ribbons there are? And just go over a few that people may not know about. Just a couple of them.
Yeah. So the top 2, colon cancer is on the rise, which is a blue ribbon, and it's showing up. It's becoming more prevalent in our younger folks. And then we have prostate cancer, which I would love to get them to come to our car show because, most of them are guys and they don't like to talk about that stuff. But
So yeah, I've actually met a couple of prostate organizations that I'm going to try and get them to come out to next year. So, and that's like a light blue one. And yep, there you are.
There we go.
Um,
And there's how many total that you know of?
What that there's like 27 total.
That's 24. Wow.
And you know, there's pancreatic. It's probably one of the most deadliest because there's not a good test for that. There's ovarian cancer, which also there's not a good test for. And of course, can't leave out the little babies, our tiny golden warriors, and that one's a gold ribbon.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. More colors on the bottom. I can't get to it.
We've interviewed quite a few times, Bobby, but for those people who have not seen an interview with you, can you tell us how you got started with Beyond the Ribbon and what you do very specifically with the funds that you raise? We know, but we want our audience to know what you do.
Yeah, so I'm 13 years out from triple negative breast cancer, and that is one of the most aggressive breast cancers. There's really no targeted therapy for it, so you know, you really say a few extra prayers, and if it comes back, it's very aggressive. But knock on wood, I'm 13 years out and doing all I can for all the other cancer ribbons. So because of that, I was super fortunate in my medical team, my job, my support system. I began to realize not so many individuals are. So I started Beyond the Ribbon 7 years ago. And we don't just help breast cancer because everybody goes, oh, it's the pink ladies. Here they come again. They get all the attention,
They do.
which is kind of understandable. It makes up 45% of the cancers. It's women mostly behind it. You know, we're not going to take it sitting down and we're going to raise the roof. So it just kind of drove me that all cancers are very important. Breast is easier to find financial assistance with, but the other cancers, not so much. And so overall, if you can find help, it's going to be limited in what it will pay for and how much you're going to get. So one of the things that we do differently is
Bobby, real quick. But when it comes to ribbon, who was the originator of this whole ribbon saga? Who was the first color ribbon and what was it for?
Oh God, it's probably breast because it was out there, and then purple is what, and that's kind of our theme color is for all cancers. So that's why I chose purple, so we represent everybody, and so yeah, you know, the thing like with breast cancer, there's over 30 types of breast cancer. So they're all very different and you know, they're all complicated and every journey's different for all cancers. And it's just very complicated, but the medical community is making great strides. Every day they come up with new immunotherapy, targeted therapy. I mean, they're doing amazing things. Amazing.
Okay. And what?
Okay, I just googled it. Hold on, I just googled it. It says in the 1970s, the song "Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around an Old Oak Tree" was released. Based on this song, somebody yada yada yada. So that's where this came from. She tied a yellow ribbon around trees.
It was Tony Orlando.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Yellow ribbon around an old oak tree.
So, Mr. Tesla, you rudely interrupted me. I was getting ready to ask Bobby. The funds from all of your fundraisers go directly to people who are affected with cancer. She does such impactful work. You know, we talk about a lot of organizations that give money. We see the people that she touches. They are at these car show events. Their children are at the car show events. And that's why I love what you do, because we see it. We know that you're really reaching into your pocket and you're touching people financially, emotionally, mentally. And it's such an important thing, because people really need the community when they're going through something like that.
Right.
Yeah, they do. They do. I had a lady, she's in Hapeville, and she was diagnosed a couple of months ago, and the social worker asked me if I'd reach out to her. And so I called her and introduced myself and asked her how she was doing. And she was like, "Oh, I'm doing great, no problems. I have my church, and I have some family and friends." And I said, "Okay." I was like, "What can I do for you?" She said, "Oh, I'm good." And I was like, "Well, okay, how about I just send you a grocery gift card?" So she was very grateful. And then the social worker called me back and she said, "Miss Bobby, could you check on her again?" And I said, "Sure." So we got her a $50 gas card. And she reached out to me a week ago, and it's just her and her daughter, except she told me last night that she's in a abusive relationship.
Mm.
And so she was like, "My family wanted me to marry this guy, and it's just horrible." And so I said, "Well, now there are places, and you can go to those." And so we just talked a little more, and she says, "Also, my daughter's 16th birthday is coming up, and I can't do anything for her, and I just feel really bad." And so I said, "Wait, where does she like to eat?" And she said, "Well, she likes to go to Red Lobster." So I didn't tell her. I went online and did a Red Lobster gift card and sent it to her, along with that $100 grocery gift card again. And she sent me back pictures, and she was showing pictures of her and her daughter eating and having birthday cake, and just,
Right.
big old smiles on their face. And then she also sent me pictures of some vegan soup. And so, those things I know other organizations don't do. They're
Right.
not going to
Right.
go, "Oh, they need a lift me up just to forget cancer for, an evening and enjoy your child."
I
So,
have a,
those are the things we do that I know we're different, and I know nobody else does that.
I have a question. You said the social worker, caseworker, or what have you, reached out to you to talk with her or talk with her. Is her cancer terminal? Is it too far gone, or is it just any cancer patients that you're getting these calls
Any
about?
cancer patients, the social workers, I say I get 90% of my social workers or my clients from the social workers. And they come to me because they know I will pay for things that somebody else won't. We moved a gentleman that was stage 4. It had spread, and he needed to move. And so I helped pay for moving expenses for him to get to a smaller, house. Um, I've helped pay for a funeral. Um, I
Right.
mean, they're all so different, so
Got
different.
understandable. Understandable.
I
I
do
was
have
just
several
wondering.
of my metastatic moms of breast cancer that are just, oh my gosh. One of them, she has 2 young kids, and it had spread to her brain. She had 3 spots on her brain about a month ago. And so they went in and removed one of them. And so when I went and visited her in the hospital, I was talking to her. I'm like, "Well, how you doing, Lisa?" And she's like, "I'm just, I'm just terrified. I feel awful. I may leave my kids, and they're not going to remember me, and I need to make sure that they're, we've got accounts set up for them for college, and I just need to talk to a lawyer." And so, because I know a lot of people, I have a friend that's in one of my networking groups. She's a lawyer, and so I asked her if she would go visit her and help her set up the wills, and she said she'd do it for free.
Wow.
Um, And then I
Man, you're
have
a
a
blessing.
pastor
You're,
friend
you're
that
a
went
blessing.
and visited her 2 days ago, and she's struggling where she is in this journey. And he was like, well, all right, come on, girl, let's get out that Bible and let's read some and let's get you on track. So those are the things that we do. And to know that I can offer those resources that other people can't is really important. It's important for them.
Right.
Yeah, you're a
Let
blessing.
me
Or a blessing.
let me ask you this, and I don't know if this is a fair question, but do you believe, because you're boots on the ground, you deal with this every day, do you think cancer is getting worse?
Um, I'll say yes, because younger people are getting diagnosed with it. Um, Younger women, African American women, are getting diagnosed younger with breast cancer. Uh, there, some of the cancers, they're living longer because the treatments have gotten a little better and prolonging. Um, and
Imminent death,
now that we
basically.
have, and especially with breast cancer, that we have better methods of testing for it. So, ladies out there, if you go get your mammogram, ask for 3D. And what that does is it just slices up the breast so they can get a better image of it. And do your self exams. I found mine a month after I went and had a mammogram,
Oh
and
wow.
I found my lump. So
Mm.
Wow. So what's really important to me is to let people know that when you attend one of Bobby's events, your money is directly going to these people. So it's really important for me and us to tell you guys to really support these events. A lot of them are in Gwinnett. We're going to definitely look at trying to do something south, so that we can have a little bit more involvement from our side, or our community directly. But there are several events coming up in addition to the ride that Bobby just talked about that we need you guys to support. So on October 26th, this one is prior to the Cool Kids event. So Skip said we talked about how last year we went to multiple shows. So this is one of those days where I'm asking you guys, if you love us, you care about us, you support us. This is one of those days if you go to multiple events. The Beyond the Ribbon presents Rods, Ribs, and Ribbons Car Show Trunk and Treat. That's October 26th from 12 to 4. There's going to be vendors, trophies. I don't know what happened to the flyer. Vendors, trophies, face painting, costume contest, a silent auction, and Mayor's Choice. It is in Sugar Hill. But it's not too far in Gwinnett, so you guys pull up.
Yeah, that's right around Pleasant Hill area.
Yes. The next day, we're going to be at Cars and Superstars. That's October 27th at Cool Ray from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All types of vehicles are welcome. Entry fee for vehicle participation is $25. And after, at 2 o'clock, there's going to be a celebrity softball game. So we really want you guys to help support these events. We go to a lot of car show events that are meaningless. They have absolutely nothing to do with anything. They don't really fund anything. We know that there are other shows that say they're for cancer and other things, and we don't know for sure if the money goes anywhere. These we know for sure fund real people. So I'm just, giving out a call of action to everyone that support us to come out and let's support Bobby in these couple of events. And everything that she does is always really great, well attended, very well ran events at amazing venues. So yes, just calling
yeah,
everybody.
so if y'all know anybody that wants to drive their car on the track of the baseball field because they want to bring in the athletes in style, we're looking for some cars for that.
Okay.
I'll talk to Smoke about that. And that's on the 27th?
Yes.
I'll talk to Smoke and see if I can get some of his Corvettes out there.
Yeah, that would be cool. We have some gentleman registered today, and he has the purple Cadillac that was in front of Hard Rock Cafe. So they literally, you can look on YouTube if you put Hard Rock Cafe Cadillac Atlanta, and you can see them taking this car off the front of the building, and he's totally redone it. And I was like,
Oh.
So he took the actual car and just put all the stuff in it to make it operational again.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was
good.
like, okay, bring it on.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's a lot to do.
All right, Bobby. I got a good question. And this is not a
Where are you
political
at?
podcast.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in my skin. This is not a
We
political
can see
podcast.
it's some dark skin.
This is not a political podcast. But, however, if you were asking your candidate that you were voting for, what would they do for your community of the purple ribbon? What would you want them to deliver for your vote?
Better funding for my patients. It's the number one cause of death, but yet it is so hard for patients to find assistance in our community. And it's like cancer doesn't exist anymore, so it's
Talk about
not
it,
a
sister.
buzzword. And it's just so sad that people are losing their homes, losing their transportation, literally making choices between treatments and putting food on the table. And it's so hard for them to find help. And I'm trying to keep them in their homes where, some of these other organizations, they're trying to, put them in their home. And I'm trying to keep them in their home.
Right.
Help me out here.
What's even more interesting is that if you don't have health care and you become diagnosed, it's impossible for you to get health care once you've been diagnosed with cancer. That has to be criminal. Like, to be the most, how do you put it, important countries in the world, and this is something we can provide for our citizens, is really a shame.
Yes. There's a local clinic not too far from me, and because the majority of the clients that we help are African American, and then the second biggest is our Hispanic community. And I was talking to the director of this clinic, and she's like, oh my God, please come down and talk to me. She's like, we have so many people coming through this free clinic because they can't go to, ones that have insurance. And
right.
And if you were a 2-income family and one was diagnosed with cancer, if you have any type of money in your account or a car, you're considered, you have assets, so you're not going to get financial assistance.
That's right.
So just imagine that, and that actually happens.
Yeah, all the time.
Right. It's major. It's major. I mean, you said it best. It's the number one killer. And unfortunately, we're not talking about it. We're not expecting it. We're not holding account to this epidemic, honestly. I mean, it's kind of crazy. We're talking about borders, and we're talking about inflation, and we're talking about the economy. But I've probably been to more funerals at the death of cancer than any other thing in my lifetime.
I think we've all
I've lost so many friends.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Bobby, keep fighting. You have our full support. We love you. For y'all that don't know, she was our first guest on season 1. We love you. We appreciate you for always
what,
joining
Miss
us.
Bobby? What? Look at her
So
face.
let's get together. I want to do a car show. Let's get a car show going down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got
Seriously, I know I've been saying this, but for real.
No, I'm for
gotta
real.
Okay.
it.
The ribs events. I want you to show up. Rods, Ribs, and Ribbons, October 26th from 12 to 4. And then Cars and Superstars, October 27th from 11 to 5 at Qwueen Field. We'll keep posting these, and we just need you guys to show up and support.
I love you guys.
Love you right back, Bobby. Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you for joining us. But they say
All
keep the good fight going. Keep the good fight going.
Can't beat it with a stick.
So 2 great events, 2 great people. Like we always say, we like to attach ourselves with events that have a cause, that have a meaning. And as Queen Kong always says, we avoid car show scams. Car show scammers. Ain't that what you say, Queen?
That's right.
No car show
scammers.
So yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah,
let's get
y'all.
Did we have any good, bad, and ugly? There ain't nothing been going on. A lot of people it's been nothing going on this past week, right, Skip? What did we miss?
There was a couple of shows, but I didn't attend, so I can't speak on them.
Nighthawk?
I ain't speaking on.
You ain't speaking on it? All right. Moving on. Moving on. So the title of tonight's show is "Are there unwritten rules in the card game?" Queen Kong had a good example, but I'll give you one that's an unwritten rule. In a lot of car clubs, they vest up, right? And I don't know if this is true, but I've always heard that if you vest up and you get in your vehicle and you're about to move out, you're not supposed to wear your vest in your vehicle. True or false?
True.
True. Yeah.
My club doesn't use vests, but I think it's true because you're covering it up. It's an article of clothing that can be taken off and displayed at all times. Whereas we use the Dickie shirts, which is some people just wear the shirt with no t-shirt. So I don't expect them to take them off, our logos or not. But I've heard that, yes.
So unwritten rule is you're not supposed to wear your vest in your vehicle. I don't know if you.
Well, in my when we ride out on our Qwueen bikes, you gotta have a bell.
I'm on is it the three ring bell or the ting ting? Or the
ting ting. You gotta have a basket on the back to put your flowers in it.
On the back?
Yeah.
I've never seen a basket on the back. I've seen one on the front of ours.
I got a basket on the back. It's like a little plate, like a little thing. And then
right up under the seat.
No, it's behind the seat.
Right up under the seat, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. So another example of this, Queen Kong said, if her car or one of our cars is in your shop and you take a picture and your car is in the background, do they have permission to post that car without your permission? Go ahead, Skip. Unwritten rules.
That's an unwritten rule. It should be. But now there's an A and a B and a C to that from my point of view. If, say, you're rival car clubs, and what I mean by rival is y'all always competing against each other. No, not infighting, but just rival.
No beef.
If you take a picture of your car and their cars all say broken down, being repainted or touched up or what have you, and you post it, it could be conceived one way. Mm-hmm. Now, common courtesy would be crop it out, or just don't take a picture where their car will be in the back of it. But there have been instances, and I'm quite sure she knows what I'm talking about, where people were being messy and went to places where people's cars was and took pictures of just their cars and posted on the internet. I know for people that did that, and it was just some BS behind it. But yes and no. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, that one.
But I wouldn't say even if you're rivals, even if it's just, if you're keeping it a secret. So, right. If you go to, hey, I know who car that is. But in your mind, you know that you didn't see them saying anything about, hey, I'm getting upgrades done or anything, But right. Your car's there as well. But but
It should be.
To be rival, you know, but
I just use as an example because of situations. I'm quite sure you know what I'm talking about that have happened in the past that ended up causing drama.
Right.
So
correct.
a lot of times there's always an ulterior motive when people do shit like that. But you know, like I'm gonna use me for an example. If I was to get my truck and try to put it all in the game, and I definitely wanted to keep it secret, I would tell the vendor, whoever I'm taking it to, hey man, when you're not working on it, can you cover it up?
Right.
That's what I was gonna say.
You can put it where it can't be seen.
Let me ask you something about that though, Skip, because before we go further. Now, what if it's the vendor advertising and then your car is in the background?
We got a problem.
Yeah,
we got a problem. The advertising is one thing, but if I already asked you, hey man, I don't want nobody to see this until I put it on the ground, and then you do that, that's intentional.
Yeah.
And then that there's an issue there. That's the drama part of it I was telling you about. So
because you know your shop, you're not going to just pan the video. You know your shop. Start off someplace else.
I mean, I think these days a lot of these shops, I ain't gonna name no names, but some of these shops use these cars as clickbait just to be there. And sometimes it delays the work on said car. So, you may pull up and you interested in doing work with them, and they're gonna say to get your business. Oh, you know, I got such car right there. I'm about to do that. So yada yada yada. So, what do y'all feel about that? Using these cars.
Those types of shops are the ones that don't have enough business to get, say, her vehicle. Her vehicle shouldn't be at a shop like that where people would do that kind of stuff. And then it's about knowing your audience too, because you're not going to go to a doctor that's never done brain surgery and say, hey, can you take this tumor out? So that's why some of the shops have long lines of people waiting to get there because of those types of issues. Well, I ain't got to worry about him saying, oh man, skip car back there, you want to see it? Look what I'm doing to skip car. Look what car I'm painting skip car. Those types of things you should do your research before you put your vehicle there, regardless of how much it costs or how little it costs. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of that falls on the person themselves, in my opinion.
What about people posting other people's cars as if they've done the work on it?
Again,
we already know that's no. I don't know where.
I've seen other. There was a car that we all know that got a complete remake, and no one saw it, but another person who wasn't responsible for the rap posted it as if they did it in their shop. The car owner didn't even know that it had been posted until someone saw it and told him, and he had to call the person and say, take that down. Like that, A, my car is not at your shop. B, you didn't touch my car. And C, why are you posting a car that I don't want anybody to see because I'm going to unveil it at an event later on this summer?
See,
well, I mean, I think we live in a snatch and grab society right now. People don't give people credit for reposts. People don't tag people in nothing. People just post whatever they want to do. It's the Wild Wild West with social media. People don't care.
And you're right, until you get sued, or until you get a cease and desist, or until they shut your whole site down because of those types of things. So it's going to cost you a little money. But
it's hard. It's hard. I'm saying that from a personal perspective. I used to have a blonde and purple mohawk, and I've seen my picture on so many hairstylist Instagram pages that I have never met before in my life. I haven't had this hairstyle in over 10 years, and I'm still seeing my picture on people's page as if they did my hair. I don't live in California. Why is and I'll write, because people will send it to me. Did you see your picture on such and such's page? I'll write to them, can you please take this me personally, take my picture down, and it's still up.
Your shit was fire though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I was about to say it was inspiration or something, because
it had to be. If it's all out on the West Coast, and hey man, I can do that.
Yeah.
Did you do that? No, but I can do that.
Right. That's basically what it is.
I think that's what it is.
All right. What's another unwritten rule?
Oh, go ahead. I'm saying. Oh no, go ahead.
The unwritten rule should be all of the race car drivers, the racing and the hot dogging. If you're part of a club, you should represent that club to the fullest. Now, I don't know of many clubs. I know one, and I'm not gonna call their name. That's what they do. They do burnouts and everything else. I nicknamed them the Burnout Kings because every time you see them, 2-3 seconds later, that's what they're gonna be doing. But if you're representing, say, About That Life or Shut It Down Boys and Girls, my club, represent them for what they're known for. We're known for music. He's known for Mopars and community service. That's how you should represent them, even when you're not together. My opinion, but you don't have that. That should be an unwritten rule. Represent at all times.
What about copying someone's exact build?
That's the how they say imitation is the biggest form of flattery. I think once you do something, it's in the atmosphere. It's just what it is. When Dolph started the camouflage, I'm sorry, when he made it famous, because he wasn't the first one to do it. He was just the most famous person to do it. Now when everybody's, y'all copying Dolph. No, the fuck they're not. He didn't create camouflage. He was just the most famous person with it. So I would say, if I see another, I've seen other hurricane cars since mine, green and orange. And I'll say, well, wow, that's different. Okay, I did it better, but all right. You should be flattered about it, because if you did yours right, then they trying to live up or be what you were or do what you did. I don't have a problem with it.
So if I got the Batman theme, and I got a very specific Batman steering wheel, and you pull up right next to me, okay, I see you. You come ask me, where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that steering wheel from? I was thinking about changing my car to Batman theme too. And then you pull up next to me 2 months later with the same steering wheel.
Yeah. Can't be mad.
That's flattery?
Yes.
They do it all the time. Yeah.
Because, think about this. How many sets of rims do you see the exact same rim everywhere? That's why they make multiples of everything. If that was the case, there'll be one of everything. You can't, you shouldn't be mad about that because you did it first. I
would say it's more so when it comes to that. What I think T is trying to say, you're just not giving the props. You know where you saw it at. What's the issue of saying, hey, here go the props, just because to try to, I got my own personal example. So I'll say the custom door pods that I got on mine. Nobody else was doing them the custom. The company reached out to me to do it. So I went to a show. Then after the show, maybe 2 months later, 2 other individuals, but it wasn't like, nobody else had them, but it wasn't any recognition given. It was just we saw this on our own, and we just came up with this on our own. So you looking like, you know what? Okay.
But that's the thing. We all want to show that I can jump the highest, or I can run the fastest, or I got the most money, or whatever. In my opinion, you can't be mad when somebody wants what you got. You just were the first one to have it. Now, if it's something you created and patented it, then that's an issue if they just go steal it, or you're making money off of it. But, and this is my point of view, I don't expect to get recognition for the first green and orange car to be representing my school the way it is. And then I see it I saw it on a Grand Prix. I seen it on a box Chevy. I seen the truck, not the Hurricane truck that's around here, but I've seen one with the orange on top and the green on bottom, exactly like mine. So I'm like, okay, it caught on. I can't be mad about it. And I can't say, well, they should say, oh, well, man, I got this from that dude that did it back in 2009. No, it's gonna happen. One of the things I hate to hear is he stole my color. There's 64 colors in the crayon box.
I love that topic. I love that topic. We only got about 7 colors.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You the first one that had it. That color's been everywhere and on everything. So
the color spectrum isn't that wide.
About that, you should be great. Hey, I did it first, and I know everybody's gonna say, yeah, you got that from Skip. I seen him with it 2 years ago. And that's good enough for me. But
how do you feel about people doing it within a close proximity of time? So, to show up after you've unveiled your car, you got this, that, and that, very specific to you. And then within a month, somebody pulls up, somebody that saw you, and then they saw you. You saw them see you, right? Or, you know what I'm trying to say. I saw you see you. they pull up within a month or so later with the same. I mean, like, come on, no creativity. I just think that people have no creativity. They have no mind of their own. It's okay to really like what someone else has done, but they don't even think enough to put a spin on it.
Right, but and a lot of things. Well, there are a lot of things that you can't put a spin on, like rims. Number one, you can't put a spin on rims. You either get the same rim, it's going to be chrome, gold, or machine. That's it. It could be bigger sizes, but it's going to be the same rim. Steering wheel's the same way. Paint, color is the same thing. Now, specific stuff, I get it, but if you bought it from somewhere, do you expect them not to sell it no more? You're advertising for the people that you bought it from.
What I'm saying more specifically is that lights, okay, everybody's got the same lights. Everybody's lights is doing the same kind of motion. Every now and then somebody will come with something that no one else has seen, but it catches like wildfire. Like, you can't even have those new lights for 5 minutes before somebody else gets the same lights. That's all I'm saying.
But I think that's part of the game, though. Being the first to do it should be honor enough for me, because you should know that if I'm the first person with purple, yellow, and red mixed, which is orange, I think that's how you make orange, those colors, or two of those colors, blue. I don't know, but if I was the first person with orange, should I expect Stop that, man. I hate that already. But you can't. In my opinion, I think it should. You should be flattered that they copied you. And me being petty and loud as I am, I'll be like, "Hey, man, how it feel to be like Skip? Piss them off." I'll say it.
Tiny said that car is ugly, Skip.
But I would. But I don't care about him saying my car ugly. I have no problem with that. It's cool. I'm just saying it's cool. He want me to comment on that truck, but I'm not getting that truck no airplay. So you can have it, Pep.
Yeah.
What are some other unwritten rules?
That I feel what I'm saying about the unwritten rules that the younger generation needs to know. You know how some of them don't have any respect. They don't respect. You know, they need to know these unwritten rules. You know, of what's going on. You go to a car show, clean up your trash. Why are you leaving it out there? Like, you're not like, let's make some sense out of this. You leaving beer bottles, the box of, you know, I'm just not understanding how you feel. You know, when you go to somebody else's, I wouldn't say territory, but I'm coming from out of town. I'm not gonna, how you say I'm acting, you know, talk, you know, the people that you know, talk junk. But when you're going out of town, why are you doing it? Why are you?
Because they know nothing else. We have to look at who the person is too, how they were raised, what they were used to, and what they did wherever they came from, what they got away with. So if they consistently get away with it, where some people, like a lot of times at my shows, people will have garbage. I'm gonna use AHR for example. They bring their own garbage bags. And they'll leave them where they were, but everything will be in the garbage bag. And say, "Hey, Skip, we left 4 bags." You know, so that's
exactly what they did.
All the trash in one area. I get it, but you got to think about who you're dealing with, what they're used to getting away with, what the area they came from. If it wasn't enforced or wasn't, you know, put on them, that's just one of those things.
So how do we get messages to young people?
How do we get that message out? Things like the ACC. The CCOA, Atlanta Carcast, people that blast out this type of the information that we give out every week, and the ACC was given out and the CCOA was given out. If we get it to trickle down through our ranks and it keeps getting preached at any event they go to, then it'll spread that way, because they're listening to people that they actually came to see and to be around. People like Qwueen Kong. When she gets on her podcast, all her interaction, if she mentions it, it'll be something that people will start to institute at their shows, especially if she's coming. Because if something she's talked about and you want to impress her to get her to come back or get her to advertise for you, then those are the small things that we know she expects because she talks about it. So I think it's just talking about it.
I got something. At what point do some of these clubs know when it's respectful and not with the music? Like if you're at an event and my club is not a music club, and you get to the club, you get to the car show, and they park you directly behind a club that, you know, with the trunk be lit up. As soon as you set your tent up, they turns it up. So now you got to move your club tent all the way down because you're sitting directly behind it.
My car club is a music car club. And one of the reasons why they don't come to my venue, my types of shows, there was only one of my car club, two of my car club members at my show with loud music. And they came because they were going to come anyway. But there's two ways to avoid that or to handle that. If you go to a show where there's loud music at, let the person know parking you, or let the people know that you're giving your money to. I don't want to be around that.
Right.
If you're going to put me around that, I'm not going to enter. I'm letting you know now. If you put me around that, I'm going to ask for a refund. That will make them put them in a corner. Like, what did I say for my show? No loud packs will be allowed. And then I changed it. Music can be played moderately. And then I put them in a position where they weren't disturbing anybody else. Right. So that's all on the host, the venue, the people that's doing it. But if you ask for your money back, or you start to threaten, hey, I'm leaving my money back because that's disrespectful. I'm not mad at them for doing what they came to do. I'm mad at you for putting me in a position where I can't enjoy the show. Things will change. Some people have to say no to loud music, even though that's a big following to have. In order to have a good event and to continue to have it, you got to say no to something, or you got to set something up for it to be enjoyable for everybody. In my opinion.
Go ahead, Qwueen.
So me, when I do play mine, anybody that's in my vicinity, I like to ask, hey, do you have an issue with playing, me playing my music? I'm just going to let you know it's extremely loud. Is there a certain type of music that, because I play some of the younger songs, but also it's also the older generation. Like I go to all types of shows, trail rides, stuff like that. So it's a lot of the older generation. So, but most of the time they're, oh no, baby, we love it. We come to have a good time. They don't have any other music. So when I do play the music, in rotation, I am very respectful. I try to be. Now, like you say, know your audience. I know the type of events that I'm going to. Now, if I'm going to a different type of an event, like a hood car show kind of thing, it's no question. We all out here playing music. But like I say, these trail rides, these even some audio shows, but I like to go to have, just to have a good time. The parades, of course, but I always ask. That's what I always do. I always ask, hey, how do you feel about this? Is it too much for you? So.
But yeah, what Nighthawk is talking about, I know some of the people you're talking about. I know exactly what you mean. Some people do it to be disrespectful. I would call his name good friends, but I know some people that pull up with these cars and it's intentional for them to get around people that they know don't want to hear it, and then they blast it because they paid their money like you did. That falls on the promoter of the show, the host of the show, or the people throwing the show, however you want to phrase it. Because I know who will do that and who won't. And I'll let them know, big dog, you can't play that here, man. Don't even spend your money. Oh, man, I want to support. Okay, cool. But I'm just letting you know. I may let you turn it on, but it won't be the way you want to do it. Because
I don't mind playing it, but it's a different story. Once you park and you see that club situated, and it wasn't playing before that club parked. But once that club sets down, you let everything up and just boom. Now the club got to move all their stuff because that's what you're going to do.
Yeah. But again, talk to the person that's hosting the show. Say, hey, man, if I don't have enough place for my 20 cars or how many you brought to enjoy the show without listening to that, we want our money back, man, so we can go and enjoy ourselves somewhere else.
Exactly.
I guarantee you that money aspect of it will change it.
Right.
It will make them say, you know what? It's best for me not to have those 15, 20 cars with that music disturbing everybody versus the rumor will get out that I can't control my show or people can't enjoy my show because I like loud music too.
Right. Or just have them situated in a certain area.
That's right.
A lot of that. The loud pack, y'all, even at audio shows, a lot of people don't like it as well. What they call the loud packs, the stunt walls. Hey, y'all got to go way to the bottom with that. Y'all can't.
I'll face them away to the woods. Something.
That's what they do. They'll
think about that until it's too late.
Yeah,
but they don't think about that aspect of it. And me doing shows as much and as long as I've been doing them, I try to put out all fires before they even get a flicker. Now
Right.
think about it. You know what? I'm just not gonna have music. A lot of my car club members told me, said, "Well, man, if you're gonna let us play music, I ain't coming." Respect, I appreciate it, but I'm thinking about the bigger audience. You know, I know I'm gonna get the respect from my club, and we do this type of music, but it's gonna it just won't work. So I decided not to have it, and I still had a great turnout. You know, and I still know that they will respect me in the future, but that falls on the people that's doing the show, sir.
Right.
I'm not mad at the people that do it because they paid their money like you, and that's why they paid it. Now, the thing you gave was, to me, that was that club disrespecting you, or the scenario you gave. To me, that was straight disrespect because they didn't turn it on until y'all got set up.
Correct.
What was it, before lunch or something? No, but I think that was, fuck them. Let's turn the music on. You know,
Right.
but yeah.
There you go.
I got another one.
Any more?
We dropped some things. Nighthawk was a part of ACC at this time. When we started the ACC, which was the Atlanta Car Club community, it was to get rid of a lot of things that was dangerous to car clubs in general, like swerving. There used to be this big thing in Atlanta where if you were with Camaro Nation and I'm with About Their Life, and you saw me in traffic, you swerve in front of me, hit the brakes and swerve back, and then we do that. And it got real dangerous here in Atlanta. And we started to get a real bad name for it. Policemen start messing with people that had nothing to do with it. So when we created the ACC, that was one of the things where we implored all the presidents and founders and owners of these car clubs to stop your guys from doing this. And we pretty much eradicated it. I mean, it's gone. We don't see that type of stuff anymore because sometimes I can be with my children. I could have been a person participating in it, but now if I got my wife and kids in the car and you do it, it's going to scare the hell out of them. And then me, ego, I'm going to want to get you back. Now we're causing hazards for everybody in traffic. So we eradicated that. And I think another big unwritten rule is respect other car clubs for what they are. Don't try to assume nothing. If you don't know, talk to them. Ask them. You know, if you know it's being nosy, then don't. Leave it alone. Everything is not, everybody doesn't need to know everything. So just respect the game and the scene enough to say, oh, well, we got a lot of Dodgers. They're ugly as hell, but you got a lot. You can keep that to yourself. You know, all them goddamn regulated Camaros, or look at them spaghetti Corvettes, you know, whatever. Respect everybody, man, because you're going to want it or need it sometime in the future. And when you don't have it, then you're going to be like, oh, they just hate. Nah. Don't they have acoustic walls that can be set up? Curtis, where are you from? Who gonna set up an acoustic wall at a car show? Are you kidding me? Where you from? Tell me where you from.
Don't make me give you the sound effect, Carney.
There you go.
Give it to you anyway. Go ahead, Queen.
So what about, like I say, this is more so for the younger generation now, and I've just seen it. So what should be an unwritten rule when you leave one car club? I'm just asking a general question from everybody. When you leave one car club and go to another.
Oh, all right. Lord.
Oh, we did this.
We talked about it.
But now, one of the bylaws that we gave to all the clubs that all the clubs should have followed, or did follow for a long time was, if Skip was to leave Club A and then join Club B, Club B's president, PRO, vice president, whatever, should reach out to Club A and say, hey, man, what happened with y'all and Skip? Oh, man, it's a personal shit. Okay, was he a cancer? Was he an asshole? Was he a problem child? If so, I don't want him in my club. That was one option. And then option 1A was, if they left this club and you just didn't like that club and you wanted me in your club anyway, prospect them for 30 days, 45 days, 90 days, whatever, to see if that drama is going to follow him from there to you and cause issues in yours. Because like we just had the young lady know about cancer. Cancer travels. And you can go. We know some people that have messed up 2-3 clubs on the way to the next one, and people didn't take their time to verify this stuff. And then you'd be like, God damn, you didn't see the trail of smoke he just left. You know, so a lot of that falls on the hierarchy of the club, or them to make their own bylaws to say, yeah, man, we love Queen Kong and everything she brings with her and all the vehicles she got and all of the following she got. But she left the other club and we heard some stuff. Now, if you ain't man or woman enough to ask her about it or even ask them about it and then talk to her about it, example, just for example, then whatever happens to you, you get. And the unwritten rule portion of it should be clubs do your due diligence. That's it.
That's it. That's what I was gonna say. Like they should treat it just like a job. If you're trying to get a job with this new car club, it's that car club's responsibility to ask you why you left the other car club. And if you've interviewed anybody in your lifetime, sometimes you have to call the old employer and say, "Hey,
that's the reference. That's the reference."
Yeah, yeah. I've talked to such and such, and you know, what did you think about her as an employee? That's all. It's as simple as that. You would alleviate a lot of drama if you just ask some of those questions. Now, some people are the real ones
are drama, though. It could lead to drama because if you tell what really happened, they're gonna go back and tell that person, then they're gonna fight on up some more what you with. So sometimes I just be like, you on your own with it. If you take them, you take them. You don't.
But you know, okay, hypothetically speaking, somebody left about their life and it was a bunch of bullshit. They caused a whole bunch of shit, and I call you and say, hey, now. Mr. was in your club, man. Hey, look, I don't want to talk about it. He ain't in this club no more. You do what you need to do to bring him in your club. That's a red flag for me.
Right.
Now, if I know Mr. like I know him, you know what? He ain't gonna do that with me. Hey, man, let's talk. Look, dog, I don't care why you left that club. We ain't gonna need to go into that. Can I expect you to come here and be a man? Be a car club member. Do this. If you I know you, so you need to be honest with me. And if not, I'll start seeing the signs eventually and get your ass out of there. But it still falls on the club that's accepting that person or those people to do that.
Another part of that we don't talk about a lot is the unwritten rule of headhunting. Everybody always say that it's frowned upon, but people do it all the time. Headhunting is real. Headhunting.
Okay, explain.
Like I see one of Nighthawk's members, and I like their car. Man, how Nighthawk treating you? You know what I'm saying? You know you can come over here.
I've seen people do that in other people's face.
Yeah, they plant those seeds, and then when you fall out with Nighthawk, and now you with that club, it's just
you going to the opposite.
Correct.
You going to the rival. That's another thing. Like,
that right there is going to happen because of animosity, disrespect, and people that feel like they just all around better. We all know some people personally that do that and have done it in front of us like it was just it's okay to do it. The person that it's being done to, that's being recruited, should be man or woman enough to say, big dog, if I was to leave, I wouldn't come to you. Because you see what's on my chest. You see what's on my back. And you're doing this here, trying to plant a seed. I'm a grown-ass man. And if I was to leave them for whatever reason, I'm going to make a sound decision on why I would go to you. And right now, what you're doing lets me know that that's not where I want to be either, regardless of what happened to me in my past. So, again, that's the person, the people involved in that.
I mean, I think people even are of the mindset of like they can leave a club and then people will say, oh, they're free agent, and then they'll try to get them. I think that's wrong too. I think let them decide who they want to roll with. They know every club that exists.
Yeah.
If they want to be with you, they're going to tell you.
Yeah, but it ain't nothing like being wanted. Qwueen Kong, for example, she's not part of a car club that I know of, but if she was and she left, who wouldn't want that truck and that following and that presence in their club? So why wouldn't I say, hey, man, you know, over here, shut it down, boys and girls. You know, we got a nice little following too. You need to come on home. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, if I did it for you know, bad, you know, the wrong reasons, then yeah. Right. Yeah.
You trying to know.
Yeah, she left y'all, we got it. No. Yeah,
but Skip, you saying that like she don't know that. She know that.
She know what?
You saying you by you saying that to her, you acting like she don't know that. Like that she can join your club. Yeah.
Of course. But again, ain't nothing like being wanted. When you put your resume on Reddit or whatever, and all of these big businesses come, it's the same thing. We want you. We want you. We want you. The packages are going to be different. So it's up to you to decide which package you want. Which one gives the better 401k benefits? Blah, 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 blah. Shut It Down is all about music. That's what I'm all about. So that's the better fit. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that from my point of view. But if there's ulterior motives behind it, then of course. But
no, I just think it hits better to say
is when they know you in a club and they trying to recruit your member. That's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. We know.
I think at the end of the day, it feels better for me to say that I've only been a part of one club and that's it. Like, I don't think I will ever be a part of another club. A lot of people can't say that. They've only been a part of one club or no club at all. That's very rare.
Well, you know, I've only been a part of one car club. Now, I take that back. I've been a part of two. I was in a lowrider club before this car club scene even blew up like it did. You know, I was way back. But again, I feel like with who I am and what I've done on this car scene, I'm a part of all these clubs, one way or another. Because I support them all. At one time on my Orange and Clean car, I had everybody's logo, a little 2-inch, 3-inch logo across my back window. Everybody that had a logo, I said, hey man, give me a small logo, and I put it on my car. Because I supported everybody. I had no enemies. I had no car club enemies. Now, there was individuals, but I don't care. But I had everybody's club logo on my car, and my car club said, hey, we only fly one logo in this club. So I had to scrape them all off. Even though they knew why I did it and who I was, it was still respect for my club. So, yeah, I feel like I'm a part of everybody's club.
That's what's up. Okay, so
go ahead.
Let's so again, for the people in the back, we talked about this, right?
No, we didn't. Not yet. We can talk about it now, though.
Take it away, Nighthawk.
All right, this Friday, About That Life and CCOA, we're starting actually Spin the Block Fridays. No burnouts. All car crews are welcome. It's gonna be every Friday from 7 p.m. to 11. If you're coming, we're asking you that you come at 7, not earlier than 7. It's at Sandtown Pub, which is at 5819 Campbellton Road. That's in Atlanta, Georgia, and they got 56 wings from 7 to 9 p.m. And they got drink specials too. So this is our first Friday doing it, and we're gonna see how it goes from there.
Okay, so when you say first Friday, are you talking about a car meet, car hangout?
It's car meet. It's inside and out. They're allowing us to be. They're gonna rope off 54 parking spots.
Okay, cool. So yeah, 50-cent wings, $7. What is it? $5 well shots, $7 house Texas margaritas, and what's that? $10 flights? Is that what that says?
Yeah, I guess that's them big long picture things.
You guess, nigga. You know.
And they have $30
I guess that's what that is.
We do ask everybody, if you come, be prepared to spend money at this place, a little bit to help to keep us a secure parking lot that we can come on Fridays.
Right. And what he means by spend money and support, buy you something to eat, get something to drink.
Why is hookah so expensive? Why is hookah so expensive?
Oh, I don't know. I don't smoke, so I don't know.
I don't smoke either, but that's what everybody wants. When
they higher than that, though. I don't see no $50 at certain places.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And it could be a big extravagant hookah that wrap around your forehead like a helmet. It could be a lot of stuff, Mark.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know. I'm just talking.
All right, up next, Qwueen Kong. Take it away for this special event.
This event, we're coming into town. Myself and my husband, we're coming into town in y'all area this weekend for Boxtober. This will be our first event. I am also a fan of boxes, not just, my type of car. So I'm real interested in going to this show. I seen some footage from last year, and it looked like it was a lot of pressure out there. It was a lot of pressure out there. So I'm just going to see what that's about. Like I say, I don't have a box, but I will be in attendance. Atlanta is like my second home. Atlanta and Charlotte, back and forth between them. So that's what we're doing this weekend, Saturday, October 12th, in Monroe, Georgia, 1159 Mount Zion Road. So they have a $1,000 best in show and a $500 music competition. Yeah, I can't say nothing about the best in show, but the music competition part, best believe I'm be eyes on for that. So
I
All right.
think this will be only with the Boxtober now. It used to be Boxtoberfest. I think what they're doing is one or two things. Most people with box Chevys, they have their speakers facing up to the top of the trunk. So I get the feeling. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's what they mean. Who has the most pressure?
That's what it is. The flex of the trunk.
Yeah, because it's not going to be loud packs. It's not going to be just the bass.
No, it's definitely not going to be. It's just the flex. They want to see that trunk wave, rattle, crack, whatever. So
right. I think that's what they mean by music competition from that aspect of it. But I could be wrong.
No, you're right. I'm still all for it though. I want to, I'm all.
And this is at the Power Hog, right, Skip?
Yes, 1159 Mount Zion Road. Y'all know where it's at.
Y'all know where it's at. Bring them boxes out. We know y'all got them. Yeah. One of my homegirls that was in my club, Miss Katie, her and her husband got 2 boxes. I'm sure they will be there, and they got a little bit of pressure too in their trunk. So shout out to them and everybody in the box community.
All right, box Chevys.
We talked about this one several times. This one's coming up on the 26th. Wheels of Horror. Check it out. They got top 25 best of show. Largest club. Move-in is at 1. The show is from 3 to 9. This is $30 for cars, $25 for the motorcycle. And they also have pedal cars and bikes for $20. So this is everything on all wheels. So shout out to them. This is at 6365 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard in Doraville, Georgia. Talked about the cool kids at Legion Field. That's on the 26th as well at 7 p.m. Here's all the instructions. Pause to read. We went over this with Miss Cool Kids. Very important. Adhere to these restrictions. This is an event you don't want to miss. So check it out. Beyond the Ribbons, we talked about. They got rods, ribs, and ribbons, car show, and trunk or treat. That's on the 26th as well. You can do both of these 2 events on the same day. This one's at 12 to 4. Then you can hit the other one. You still got plenty of time, and they're not that far away from each other. And also on the 27th, Cars and Superstars, also sponsored by Beyond the Ribbon. That one's from 11 to 5, and that one is at the Qwueen Field as well. Theme cars in the building. Caffeine and Octane is a theme car takeover. They got a real partnership going on. This is going down on the same day. This one's from 4 to 6 too, so you got a lot of options. This one is at Lanier Raceway. If you haven't been out there, it's a pretty nice setup they got out there at Lanier Raceway. We was out there for what was that event called, Skip?
The drift event we did with I can't think his name.
I can't remember the name now. It's been so long, I can't even remember.
We did a big drift event out there. It's a race. Who?
Ain't his name Brian or something like that?
Brian. Yeah.
Brian.
I can't think of the name of his organization, but it was
Take it to the track.
Take it to the track. It's an actual racetrack. They actually had a drift competition on the track. There's plenty of parking. There's stadium seating. It's a real nice venue. So Caffeine and Octane, the theme cars edition, Lanier Raceway, guys.
So this is a good look. I'm shocked to see Caffeine and Octane making these new in-ways and inward paths into different venues and stuff like that outside of what they normally do. So shout out to them. I want to see what they got. Caffeine and Octane. They got Caffeine and Exotics. They got all different type of little branches and stuff like that. Shout out to them. And then on October 27th, which is a Sunday at Qwueen Field, is the Celebrity Softball Tournament. So this is a purple ribbon, Beyond the Ribbon thing. They got several different events that are coming up. I didn't think we talked about this one while she was on the show.
Go back a couple of flyers. That's the one. That's the same one.
That's the same one. Okay, never mind. All right, so check it out. They did Street Royalty. Skip's favorite event of the year, the sneaker ball.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, Skip.
All right, y'all. Street Royalty ATL presents the 2nd annual Claim the Crown Car and Bike Show. This time it's going to be partnered up with a sneaker ball, and what that means is y'all get out them one-of-a-kind Jordans y'all got, the painted shoes, the high-heel boots, the new Chuck Taylors, whatever, and come on out. Now, how this is going to work is $50 car registration for the car show and the sneaker ball. If you don't want to participate in the car show, it's a $25 entry for the sneaker ball. Now, how the car show is going to work is it starts at 5, but we're letting everybody know to get there at 3:30 or 4. We have I can't think of the car wash crew's name. What is the name again? The car wash guys. The car wash guys.
I'm having brain farts too. I don't know.
Unlimited. Yes. Anyway, the car wash guys are going to be there for you guys to clean your cars up, get them ready. This is not a typical car show where you sit with your car all day. Once you get it clean, you will drive through judging. There's going to be drive-through judging. Once your car is judged, you can go park with the rest of your crew. Parking lot will be secure, and you can go inside and prepare for the sneaker ball. Now, the judging will end promptly at 5:30-ish. 5:30, 5:45, no more judging. So don't come late thinking, oh, I'm going to be fashionably late, blah, 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 because sneaker ball starts promptly at 6 o'clock. And from 6 to 10, there will be a sneaker ball. Now, there's a top 30, best of show, male, female, et cetera, for the car show. And for the sneaker ball, there will be a best female dressed along with her shoes, a best male dressed with the shoes, and a best couple dressed award. There will be a biggest car club representation award, some other awards that I will not mention. There will also be a light show trophy given out. So if you have the lights, we will have those too, but there are a lot of awards that's going to be given out. We will go over exactly what they are once everything is ironed out in stone. But those trophies I just told you about will be there. There's plenty of awards to be given away. Y'all show up, support, bring out them ugly ass tennis shoes y'all got. But no, it's going to be a great event, man. Y'all come out November the 9th, 4500 Satellite Boulevard, Suite 1240A in Duluth, Georgia, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's what's up. Street Royalty.
There it is.
How they say it? What is it? The Royal Way. Y'all know how
the Royal Way. Shout out to Street Royalty for show. Yeah. So that's it for all of October and a little bit of November. I am positive.
Can you tell how I'm coming for Halloween?
That looks dangerous, Skip.
So
it's real. No, it's real.
You going to jail?
Straight to
no,
jail.
I'm not gonna bring it up because it's actually real sharp and it's real. But I will show it. It actually has a stand for it. So no, this is how it's supposed to be displayed. But no, it's real. Brass knuckles with.
That is very dangerous. Anyway, so November is coming. So everybody, we always say this: if it's possible, we can get a lot of people together to do stuff. It would be better. And I'll say this ahead of all the different stuff. So if it's one trunk or treat, that would be nice. But whatever. If there's one turkey drive, that would be nice. But whatever. If there's one toy drive, that would be nice. But whatever.
Well, I have a Toys for Tots that I'm doing on November the 3rd. But we will talk about that. And I do it in concert with other lowrider car clubs every single year at Andretti's. The only entry fee is a toy, unwrapped toy. We give away a 5 foot, a 6 foot, a 4 foot, a 5 foot, and a 6 foot trophy for biggest car club attending, biggest car club with the most toys, and second place most toys given out. The only entry fee is toys, y'all.
Yeah.
And we have the Marines on. This year we have Julio Jones as one of the sponsors going to be out there. I don't know if he's going to be there, but he's definitely one of the sponsors, and some more big names that's going to be there at the show. So, yeah.
Okay. So usually,
and my whole car club will be there. So all of y'all that think my car club is a fan of car club, y'all want to see the Shut It Down boys and girls, come on out there and get your feel of some music. Yeah.
What day is it?
You really got a club? Yes.
What day is this again?
November the 3rd.
Look at my calendar.
You need to get us a flyer for that, Skip.
I have it. I just haven't sent it to you guys yet because there's some stuff we were still ironing out.
And again, people, we have not that many.
Don't even worry about it.
Huh?
No, I got to write down the points that I got to ask and stuff. This is why I be coming up with ideas and stuff. Don't worry about it. We'll talk.
Well, all right.
We have 25 days until the election. So if, like I said in last week's show, if you have not went to vote.org, please go to vote.org to
And
make
register.
sure you are registered. Don't think it's a game if you want to. You're gonna be looking stupid. They supposed to still let you vote, but deterring people from voting is real, specifically in our community. So go to vote.org and just put your information in. It's not a scam, it's a real website, and they will let you know whether or not you are registered to vote. So, with that being said, we're gonna catch y'all next week. We are hot and heavy with a lot of events, so we're ready to see some of y'all in the streets. If y'all haven't met Queen Kong in person, come to that event. You can see her live and in full effect. Will you be safe on that road, young lady, when you coming down back to the 8th? And we appreciate everybody for joining us. This is Atlanta Carcast. I go by the name of Mr. I don't know what Miss TJ. She just be flaking out. I don't know where she went. That's Mr. Skip. That's Queen Kong. That's Nighthawk. Because it's after 10 o'clock. He dayhawk before 10. He opened up. He opened up after 10. It's after 10, so he Nighthawk now. But before that, he's morning, day, midday hawk. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Without further ado, we out.